share my sharing my screen. Okay, so fine. So today we'll see some use cases or say real-time scenarios, and we'll build the same solutions or pipelines for the same. Okay, let's go to our data factory itself. Good. Fine. First use case is say for example we have what I'll do is I'll go to my storage account itself. I'll upload a file. I'll use this H22 containers. Say input data. I'll create a folder here. Directory sales data. Save. I'll upload. I'll first show you a file on what file you're working, and then I'll tell what we are going to do. Okay. So my requirement is to process this data, sales file data, right? So this is data something we have sale date, sale item, country, and quantity in this example of sale data. Okay. So my requirement is to if I'm getting the data from the source in this format, if there are errors in my date column, all the records which are looking right should go to one table on SQL database. And if the records have a problem with the date value in it, it should go to a different SQL database called, I mean, a different SQL table called error table. So I'll create two tables on SQL database which say sales table and sales table error. Okay. So for these two tables, so whichever the records are having correct records, a correct date will go to sales table. The the records with wrong date or uh, error date will go to sales table error. Fine, we'll build that and see what extensions we can do that to do that after this. Okay, yeah. I'll upload. What I'll do is I'll change some dates so that there'll be like errors. Say this is one, two, this got okay. Take off this. Can be anything actually. Okay, so I'll upload this file. The file name is sales underscore data. I am uploading this file to my source. Upload, browse, download sales data. Okay, let's after uploading, let's see the data also here. Upload sales data, edit. So I got some error in this date also, right? So in the seventh row, I have a problem. In 19th row, I have a problem. In 27, I have a problem. In 34, I have a problem. 37 also I have a problem, right? So these records should go a different table, and all the correct records should go to a right table, right? So that's my requirement. So that whenever there's an error, I'll it can be anything. I'll send back those records or contact my source about that. We'll build a different pipeline to get those records back or anything like that. So just to see, it's okay. So for that we'll build a data flow to just filter out those correct records and wrong records. So go to data flows, create a new data flow. Okay, so for this we'll have to create a data set, right? Our source, we have to point at our source. So we'll coming here, say source one is good, source data set. We'll create a new data set that will point at our CSV file. So same ADLS gen 2, it's a CSV file, link service storage account one, we'll see. Okay. So input data, we have sales data, and we have sales data or CSV. So this data set is done. We'll start the data flow debug. Will start so that we can preview our data whenever we can. Schema drift to find sampling. Let this data set run. In meanwhile, what I'll do is I'll go to my SQL DB and create two tables accordingly. Okay, so that data can be go there. Okay, SQL DB query editor. Okay, login, login. Is it slow or what? Okay, now it will take some time. We created the data set here. The debug is also running. If it runs, you can preview the data. Okay, we got into this database. We have to create two tables. Okay, I got the code ready to create the tables. So for now, I am just creating the tables because we are not learned SQL. This is simple tables only, nothing in that. We'll see. I'll tell you. I'll give you the code for the same also if needed. So one is sales data. One table is create sales data, which says it has four columns: sale date, sale item, country, quantity, the same as of a source, right? So this is table sales data. This is how we create a sales data. So we have declared all our columns as not null while creating this table because values should be there. We are not accepting any null values. And we have declared sale date as date format, sale item as nvarchar. Nvarchar is it accepts both numbers and characters. Country also both numbers and characters. Quantity as int. It is simple table. Four columns declared as these values. Fine. And for create table sales data errors, I have this error description is not needed actually. I have four columns same as the above, but everything I have declared as string only. String varchar is string only. So I declared this because we don't know what data is going to come in the column itself because it's an error column, right? So I have this table I have declared as string for all those inputs. So I'm just creating the tables. We'll again learn SQL from basics when we go to Databricks. So this code I'll provide you if you are just practicing, not an issue. I'm just running this. Say run and results. Okay. I'll see if the tables are created or not. For that, I'll select star from sales data, right? So when I say run, the sales data table is created with four columns: sale data, sale item, country, quantity. So there is no data in this because we have just created. And the other one is we are just checking whether the tables are created or not. The other one is sales data errors. When I say run, results, you can see there are other table also created. Okay, we'll go back to our this one. The debug is ready. We'll go to data preview and see whether it is fetching the data from the source or not. So our sync is also ready. There are two tables. The records without the error will go to this table. The records with errors will go to this table. That's a requirement. Okay, and I have found errors in my date column only. Okay, just previewing this data. Okay, so this is data that is being read. Okay, when you go to projection, it is all showing me in strings only, right? So I say import projection. So only quantity it could read as short. Others it is reading a string because there is errors in sales date, right? In sales date there was something which it cannot recognize as date. In sale item, the item is string only. In country auth it is string only. So it has easily imported the projection. Then now I have to filter the rows. So what activity can I use from that I have learned? So I have something called conditional split. In conditional split, what I'll specify is for one uh, in split the first way, right? The first way what I'll send is all the values which are not having, I mean, which are having errors, and the second one I'll declare as all other values which are not having errors will go to this table. Fine. So how do I declare that condition? Right. So so stream names, I'll say error records. Here I'll say good records. These are two streams. So error records, I'll build a condition so that error files based on this date column will go here. So I have something called so what I'll do is I'll try to convert the value comment in string format to date format. Okay. What is my input? Input. How is it looking? I'll tell you. Okay. It is in format. Date format is in DDMMYY, right? DDMMYYYY. So what I'll do is I'll try to convert this. If it is unable to convert, uh, then it is an error record. If it is able to convert, then it is not an error record. So that logic I'll use here. So we have something called toDate function built here. So how to use this toDate? You will give the input string here. You will give the date format to which it should be converted. The third is not required. Actually, what we'll do? Okay, so here we'll give our input column here, in which input schema we'll select sale date. Okay, so in what format it should convert to DDMMYY, right? DD slash MM slash dash YYYY. This is the format that should get connected. So whenever you are getting a correct record, it will be converted to this date. When you have an error record, mm, string. Okay, when it is error record, what it will do is it try to convert. When it is not able to convert because your sale date is not in date format, it will give a null value back. So we'll handle that null value. What we'll do is there's something called is null. Okay, so when we are applying this, what happens is whenever you are getting your sale date here, what it will do, it try to convert. If the record is good, it will convert the date, but if record is bad, it will say null value. So when I am checking with is null value comes, right? It comes true. So whenever it is true, what have this logic works, right? Because I have put this logic in error records stream, right? So see, I'll show you here. In error records, I am checking if it is unable to convert or not. If it is unable to convert, I am pushing the records to the error record stream. All others which it could convert will go to good record stream. Got it? So I'll go to data preview here. I'll say refresh, and I should see what are all the error records I'm getting here. We'll check. So we got the error records, three records with null values, two records with bad date values. So our logic worked, right? So these will go to error records, these will go to others, will go to good records. So after getting these error records, what should we do? We should add a sync, right, to push these error records to our SQL DB table, which we have already created. So we did not create the data set for it. So let's create the data set here. We'll name this as error records sync output stream name, fine. So we'll create a data set for it. It won't don't want spaces, huh? Okay. So we'll create a data set. It is an Azure SQL DB. Azure SQL DB. Fine. Link service is SQL DB1. I don't remember the link service name. We'll see if the tables are there or not. Or else we'll need to create a link service also. Okay, what I'll do is I'll see whether we have link service or not. Duplicate. Link services, whatever SQL we have, SQL DB param, it is like just 22, param 2 also pointing at 22, SQL DB1 is pointing at 22. So we don't have a link service. That's why we are unable to connect there. So we'll create a link service so that it will point at this particular database. Okay, we know how to create a link service, right? We'll do the same. Databases, Azure, yeah, all Azure SQL database. What is our AR SQL DB1, AR SQL DB1 link service, ls. So here we'll say select subscription only and say server name is AR SQL SVR. And in this now you'll see databases AR SQL DB1 authentication only, and the username is uh, uh, login. Did it show the username here? Okay, we'll close this. Okay. Admin user is a username.
Hi,
ADMINUXE.
Sashank.
Hi, hi.
In real time passwords for every server, there is separate passwords or any common password is there?
What would be better? Whoever is asking.
Actually,
Yeah.
in my organization, we
Uh,
are logging with the same password.
for SQL DB, yeah?
No, no, another
Uh,
Unix servers.
Unix servers, I don't know, but
Yeah.
here for every database, they'll maintain a different password.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on, see, they may maintain the same password also, they may maintain a different password also, but that detail they'll not let you know.
Okay.
Right? See, your Gmail password may be same, your Outlook password also may be same, but
Mm.
you will not tell me that both passwords are same.
Okay.
Okay, so password is like that. Got me? Okay.
Okay.
So generally, we don't use passwords to connect this link service. Generally, passwords are stored in key vault that we'll learn. There is something called key vault service. Passwords are stored there. But these passwords creation DBA and all will not get access directly. Here we got access because we are just practicing. Okay, these SQL DBs maintained by the DBA. So they put these passwords. The infra guys who are setting up the services, they'll put this password in something called a key vault. What does key vault have? What key vault has is it has passwords and it has some name. So here we'll be using key vault. See here it said Azure key vault, right? Here we'll use key vault to refer the password. We don't know the password. We just know the password tag name. We'll say that tag name so that data factory will go to that key vault and see what is the password and send the password to DB and access. So we'll not have the password. Only the DB guys or the infra guys will have the password. They put it in the key vault. We'll use a tag name only and we'll tell the Azure data factory to access the database. That's how it works in the real time. Moving forward, we'll run key vault, how to set up key vault and how to use it from there. So we created a link service that is pointing at the database ARSQLDB1 LS. So here we can use the same link service. Okay, we'll say back Azure SQL DB link service. Okay, back cancel new. I think it'll not get updated because we have created in this. It will say error sync we did not create. Oh, how does it get updated? I don't want to go back because this will not get saved. My work will be gone. Nice. AR SQL DB1 LS. I am editing the existing one so that I can do it without closing this window or that window. If you are getting confused somewhere, tell me. I have created a new link service in a another tab, right? So what's happening is that is not being updated here because after refresh only it will get updated because I have already opened it. So I have edited an existing one, which is SQL DB1. Let's see if I can do with that your SQL DB. Same fetching it will do SQL DB1 I'll use. Now it will fetch the table's name. If I am pointing at the new one, right, I should get the new tables. Let it load. Okay, I'll say new dataset, Azure SQL DB. Here I have something placed to create a new link service. I'll create new link service only. AR SQL DB1 LS2. So I am creating another link service to the same server, AR SQL server, database AR SQL DB1, authentication, ADMIN USER, 7, test connection, if I am able to connect to it or not, created, link service is created. Now it will go to database, data set is asking for which table. I'll refresh it. We got two tables created there. It is showing sales data. So this sync I am connecting to the error records one. So error record should go to sales data errors, right? Okay. Got it. So what I'll do is at this sync, I'll check data preview whether what data is coming there or it is going there or not. Or else we'll do some changes in mapping so that the data goes there perfectly. So it is not taking the date value itself. I'm only looking at only three things, right? I'll go to mapping. I'll say auto mapping, no, add mapping. Sale date is going to date. Yeah, sale date is going to date. It should be okay. Say sale item country. Okay, there why is quantity? So quantity will be also going to quantity. Here I'll change this. Okay. At least one incoming column is mapped to the column in the thing data scheme where the conflicting type which can cause none values and random values. So my source is in integer values and my destination is in string value. So what should I do? Okay, what I'll do is we learned some activity here where we can convert the columns, right? So my issue is I am getting the error records right. It is selecting the error records currently. All these five records I am getting, but there is one problem with quantity that is going to quantity. My source quantity is in integer. This is in string. One simple I can do. What I can do is go to source and select my source quantity as string. This will solve it. Okay, so if we refresh it here, say data preview, refresh, we'll see. That will solve it. I'll show another solution also in real time. Why will we want to read only string? Okay, that solved it and we got our so sale data. What we did was in while it is reading only, we are reading it as string. So here it is going it as string, not an issue. You actually you don't want to read it if you want to read it as integer only and put it as integer only and send it here. What you will do, what you can do is another solution. You can add an derived column, right? We looked at derived column activity in last class. What does derived column do? It can create a new column based on the old columns also, or you can transform the old column only and put it as that, right? So I'll transform the old column only. What is the column which I have to convert? That is quantity only. It is coming in integer. Uh, right. I want to convert it to the string because my destination is in string. That I can do here. Go to expression to string. I can say and input schema would be my quantity and don't give anything. Should work. Okay. And say save and finish. And we'll go back to so source we have this in integer only, derived column we have put one, go to error sync and say refresh. Again it should read all four columns, it should not miss anything. So now we got our four columns, okay, and all are in string only because error code. This is a sales data errors table has only all in string values. So this is set. So all the error records are going into my error table. So good records are here now. I will see about good records also. What is the data preview here for good records? Error records, conditional split setting, good records, rows that do not meet any condition will use this output stream. So it is not meeting that condition now. So good records should come here and see data preview. I should see all the values. Okay, or else we can have a derived column here. I mean, another condition here for good records. So okay, in good records, we can create a same is not null. We have something is not null. Okay, we'll say to data of same thing. Input schema is sale date and date format is dd dash dash y. Okay, if it is converting, it will give a true value type mismatch because the output of this to date is giving date value. It should be true or value condition. It since it is condition, the output should be true or false only. Is just 1 second, guys. Okay. Is- Okay, guys, where were we? So, to date it is converting is if seasonal is so here it will give me all seasonal values to true, right? So seasonal values it can convert and it can give me true. I will see here. So here it cannot convert, so error records will go here. Here it will convert, it will go to true. Good records. Else what is this? So we'll check the output of this also. Refresh. Here it is not converting. Here also okay, not it should be is not null is equal to false. We'll see what functions we have.
Can we use logical operators? Not.
That's what that's why I'm checking for what are available on this. Yeah. Let's see. Not of true is false. Okay, it should work, right? Nice. We'll see data preview. Why is it giving me this again? Conditional split. Error records is taking as error record is fine. The other ones, good records. You're converting the sale date to date, converting this, then it is not an error value. Is null of some value is no. No of no should be yes. Then the record should come yes, right? Is null of some value is no. It's not a null value. So not of no is yes only. So it should come here. This one, data preview, refresh, else. Else also it is showing this only. Error records. Oh, sorry. I was looking at wrong things. See, in error records, data preview, error records, good records, you refresh, you will show you correct ones. Sorry guys, sorry for wasting your time. There is a drop down here, that's all. It will show you what are good records and what are error records. So good records, I am catching it, no issue. So here I'll add another sync. Okay. We need to create a new data set, right? For that new table, we don't have that data set for that. So, and again, back, sorry, Azure SQL DB, Azure SQL DB, link service, Azure SQL DB, this one, in tables, sales data, okay. And I'll check the data preview at the end of this sync so that the data is going to the sync right or not. Fine, looks good, but we have a problem. We have the date missing. Mapping, mapping, sale date to date. So we have everything in this. So the same thing we'll do again, derived column. That's what, right? The date value we have, wait, what was it? The sale date was a string value. It should be in date value. So same operation we can perform in derived column and it will get converted. Sale date expression, date of sale date dd dash dash y. Save and finish. Go to sync, data preview, refresh again. You're getting your date values also. Fine. So when you got all these four, it means that it is checking with the sync data type also, and it is giving us this. So everything is set. We can publish this, and if we run this, we should have 5 records in our error table, all other records in our sales table. We'll check that. We'll run the pipeline. Okay, pipeline, new pipeline. Add a data flow activity. In this, I need to select our newest data flow is data flow 4. There are no parameters. I can just validate and say debug to run it. So we'll go to our SQLDB, login and see whether we got our data or not. Tables, yes. To see all the data from one table, select star from, say, sales data, sales data. Yep, run this. You got all your normal records with where date is fine. If you want something with errors, we should have 5 errors in this. Nice. So we got 5. These are null values, came as null values only because we have everything in string, and on the second table we did not, I mean errors table, we did not declare anything as not null or anything. So we got these null values as it is. These wrong values are these wrong values. So we'll understand what values we got wrong and all. Uh, okay, so this is how we manage one use case. Like all the correct values should go to one, all the wrong values should go to a different table. Okay, so we'll go to data flow again. So here logic or build or options, anybody are having any problems, any issues, doubts, you can ask, we'll clear and we'll go to the next use case. You can unmute and you can ask guys. All looks fine?
Yeah, it's clear.
Fine. Okay. Okay. So the next one is only thing is, why did we add this derived column? We can change the type of this here also, or the other option is changing the derived column here. Okay, that is only thing. Okay, we'll go to this second one is, I think we have already discussed this, but to get the file names from source folder dynamically into the ADF. Okay, for that we'll create a new pipeline to close this. Anyway, saved, close this, select a new pipeline. So to get file names from a particular folder and perform the same type of activity on the all the files. So if you want to move all the files from one folder uh, to a different folder, or say perform same activity on all the files of a folder, then what do we have to do? So we have already did this, but we'll see. So we have something called get metadata activity. So get metadata activity can point at a particular folder and get the child items names. We'll point at a particular folder, get all the names of the child items. Okay, so we'll see which folder we can point and get the names. Go to storage accounts. Let's now say 22 containers, input data. We got 3 files on. dummy folder. We pointed dummy folder and see, right? So create a new data set, age is done to CSV files, link service. I can do link service and point at my dummy folder, input data, dummy folder. Okay. Okay. So this get metadata is active now pointing at my dummy folder. So in settings, it is asking for field list. So what it has to get from the dummy folder. When I say new in the drop down, I'll say get the child items. So it is getting it will get data of all the child items of that folder. What are the child items of that folder? The files in the folder. Fine. So that's what. Okay. Now if we just publish and see the output just for the sake of it, we'll understand what are the details that are coming in the child items. So validate, debug. So if you see the output, we got details of our files. There are three files. We got name and type, right? We got the name, one success file. This is abc.csv. This is part, this is not CSV. Okay. Okay. Now what we'll do is, we for performing same operation on all the files of this folder, what we'll do, we have something called for each activity. We have already used it previously. So for each activity, you are connecting this for each settings, sequential items. What items it should get? It should get the output of get metadata activity and it should get the child items, right? Not output. Ek minute. Child items, output dot child items it should get. Okay. So then what is the operation that you, so activity will go to activities. So what is the operation that we have to do on all the child items? Okay, we'll go to this inside for each activity. If we want to copy all the files from one location to another. Here what we'll do, we'll go to source. Uh, we'll use the same data set that we have created now. Text 9 and for name of the file, right, to which file to be copied, that we'll open this data set. Go to parameters, create a new parameter, say file name, and come back to connection. And in the place of file name, you select this parameter. Okay. Right. We learned this the same thing while using parameterization of data sets. So we don't know what is the file name here while creating this data set. So this data set while running, it should pick up the file name from the what this file name variable, like say file name parameter, right? So where this parameter will get its name from, it will get its name from input of this for each activity item dot name. It should get its name from this. So whenever for each activity runs, I'll go here. Whenever for each activity runs, there are the output of, when I showed you the output of this get metadata activity, there were three files, right? Three files has item name and file type. So we are reading the name whenever one of the item comes to for each activity. In this copy data activity, we are reading the name actually, right? So we are just reading the name as a source and we are moving this in the sync. What we'll do, we'll create a data set to move this file to a particular location. As simple as that. I think we have done the same thing when explaining for each activity also. We'll put this in output data folder. Already three files, same files in output data folder also. They'll get overwritten now. So to perform any, see here we are only doing copy data activity to perform same operations on this example, the to perform the same operation on all the files of a folder. This is just the example, right? So here in place of copied activity, you can put anything. So to perform the same operation on the file name or any, you can do any operations. You can put a data flow also and pass a parameter. So we did not learn passing parameterization to the data flow, right? In next class we'll learn that. Here we can have any activity so that each time when this for each runs, it get the item from the get metadata activity. The same thing can be applied on that file name. Here we are doing the copy data activity. Same way, if you can put any other ones, parameter file name. Copy data, so sync file name, get the name from that only, no? Why is not showing me? I think it can be anything. Get metadata one, no value provided for parameter file name. Okay, what I did was is a blunder because here I should create a new data set. Since I have played with the old data set, it gave me the error, right? Here my this data set is delimited x9, right? So here I will say what I have done. Open dummy file, close dummy, browse, input data, dummy is good. Dummy, okay. Go to for each, copy data, here source. I have to create a new data set because the old data set, if I'm using it, it will also get parameterized if I'm changing it here. That's why I'll create new data set here. Link service, storage account type 1. Go to input data, dummy. Okay, okay. Now I'll parameterize this the same way. Okay, there's no parameters created. I'll say file name, connection. Here use the file name. Come back to pipeline. Here use the item dot name. Okay, publish, get metadata. They are. So copy data, I did not give the sync line. Sync issue data legend to CSV, link service, output data. Okay, okay, publish. So we have already did the same thing while discussing get metadata activity also and for each, but this is the general use case when we use it daily. We'll get the files from the source folder, all the list of the files, and on the on each file we are performing the same operation inside the for each activity. Okay, that is one of the use case. Okay, this is pipeline level is done. So what is the next use case? We have something called incrementally copy new and change files based on last modified date. So we have, if say for example, we have some files in the input folder. So based on the last modified date, for example, we'll get some requirement, right? Whatever the files which are modified in the last 24 hours or last 2 days should get copied. Should get copied or anything like build a copy data activity. So whatever the files which where the modified date is in the last 2 days or last 3 days or last 4 days, those should get copied. So that's what I am doing here. So I'll show you how do we do that, how to use the date values and all. So we'll create a new pipeline. We'll say copy activity. So in this, we'll select this input data only. We have these five files. These are all no 28, 21, 21 February, 19th February. This is from 3rd March. Okay, we'll say last 1 week, last 7 days. So whatever files have been last modified in last 7 days will get copied, right? So we'll see that. So in source, we'll create a data set normally only. And after creating the data set, I'll tell you what will be done. We are just selecting input data, right? Okay, okay, okay. So here we'll when the file path type is set as file path in data set, here whatever file path is there, from here it will pick up the file name, right? So if I say wildcard file path, it will give me uh, filter by last modified and end time, right? Okay, here I'll say what files to pick up from input data star dot csv. It will become all dot csv files with any names. Okay, and in filter by last modified date, what I'll do is here end time, from time to time you can give here. You can give if you know the time format or date, you have the date in hard coded format, you can give those here also, right? If you want to give some date from and to, you can say from 1st of April, 1st of March to 3rd of March, like that also you can give. If you are selecting like that, say first 12 a.m. of 1st to 4th of March. But what is my requirement is to get data for the last 2 days or say last 7 days. So here I will say I have a function called UTC now. So in functions I'll say UTC now. I say so UTC now is current timestamp. In SQL we'll get current time. No, it's same like that. So UTC now, and for last 2 days or say last 7 days, what should I get? How should I give it? Is we have something called some function called add days. Add days. It will hover on, if you hover on this, it'll tell you what you should pass in this. So one should be timestamp and say number of days. So what we'll do is we'll say UTC now only in this, and number of days we'll add -7 here. So it will go and check for last 7 days. When I say okay, so whenever we run this copy data, right, it will check files between last 7 days and now, and it will copy those files from source. For source, we are giving these conditions here. For sync, we did not define what to do. Okay, so same issue done to CSV, link service, output data. Okay, I'll say in output data, I'll create a folder, say last 7 days files. Okay, say publish. So when I run this validate debug, what we have defined is it has to go to this input folder and see what are the files .csv star.csv or any csv files in this input data folder which has last modified date in the last 7 days. Then pick up that file and move it to a different location. That's what we have asked it to do. We'll say we have given the output data location, right? Output data last 7 days. We got this file. So there were files in these folders also. So he picked up these files also. These files today files we have, so these files also it has picked up and put it here. So here it can be done for anything. If you have a 10 days, you can just put 10 days, or you can if you have some whatever the requirement is that you can use it here and you can do it. So this is the third use case we are doing today. So this is just a copy data activity. On basis of time we are moving the files basing on this condition. Okay, so I'll give you one requirement or assignment. Try doing in these 2 days. If you just what with all the activities we learned, maybe you cannot solve that. uh, uh, Try building the pipeline, try finding the solution online also, and try building that pipeline. And in the next class, first thing I'll discuss the pipeline. So or else we can discuss the solution but build the pipeline yourself. I'll tell what the requirement is. Fine, so requirement is same thing. If we run the pipeline now, same thing, the pipeline should copy the files from source to destination where modified date is after last run. You got me? When the pipeline runs, it should check for the files, any folder. You can check any folder, that is not an issue. In the folder it should check for all the files where the modified date is after the last run of this particular pipeline. Right? If you are running this pipeline today, some file will be copied. So so whatever the files are created after this pipeline run, when you are running the pipeline next time, the files created between these two runs, those should get copied. So how do we solve this? Can somebody give me a logic so that we'll just discuss the logic, you build the pipeline, we'll come back. Anyone speaking?
Hi,
You do.
Shashank.
Yeah, hi.
Shashank, I think this is something you are asking about the incremental data, right?
Yeah, it is something like incremental data only.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think we have to save the cursor uh, after running the first thing, right? We
yeah.
have to save the cursor somewhere, and then we have to take that cursor and from as a
Yes.
from and
Yes.
basically.
Yes. Only thing is the logic is you're right. That's what happens whenever the first pipeline run. You save the time using UTC now only. I'll give some hints or some support here itself. You save the time UTC now and save it in a variable. We got different types of variables. You can create a pipeline variable and use a set variable activity to set variable activity to get the time using the UTC now function only. We used it right now, the UTC now function. You can use the same thing, but the catch is you need to save this time of this pipeline run somewhere that you find the solution online. How to save the solution. I mean, how to save this file, because whenever you are saving in the set variable, right, in a variable pipeline variable, that is not saving after the pipeline has run. It will get null whenever you are closing this screen or anything like that. You are just closing the pipeline or closing the window. That variable activity is gone. So it is not like a global variable or global parameter that is getting saved. It is not recursive. It is not getting saved. So that variable value will be gone. So find out a way to save this variable somewhere. There would be several ways. That's what I want to discuss in the next class. I'll discuss all other ways where this set variable can be saved. There were different options. There will be different options. I just want you to spend some time with Google or ChatGPT, find out how we can save that variable that is available, right? So that time value, which are the set variable, that save somewhere. In the next run, get the time value from that space, and you can use the same thing like this only between UTC now and between UTC now and that value. Just copy the file. That is same thing, right? The logic is same. So getting the value, only thing is you have to get the UTC now, I mean, time value after the pipeline has run or before the pipeline has run, save that value in some place. In the next run, you have to get that value from that place. So for this, I am asking you to spend some time on internet, find out what is the solution, or if you find more solutions, multiple solutions, it's good, and see if you can implement that, because ChatGPT will help you step by step. Go to ChatGPT, explain it what the problem is, ask it for solutions. If you just ask it nicely to explain it step by step, it will give you all the solution. Step by step to drag and drop everything, it will give you. So spend some time, build that pipeline. Whatever multiple solutions I have, I'll discuss with you in the next class. Got it, guys? Any doubt in this? Or the topics or the use cases we have discussed in this class? Something went wrong, something went above the head, or something was very lame.
Can you share this Excel file?
Excel, yeah. I dataset, I'll share it with you, not an issue.
Yeah.
Yep, we can do that right away. Yeah, same file. No, why is asking for again? Save file, document, save. Yes, this I have saved. I sent it to you. I shared this. You can use the same file. And how many of you use ChatGPT as part of your job or daily or just on your mobile in place of Google? ChatGPT or Copilot, anything.
Yeah, I will use.
I
You'll
use
use a
Copilot.
ghost. Nice.
Yeah.
Try using that if you're on any kind of tech job, if you're already, most of you are already working, right? So try using it. Niveda, you use it, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used it.
Yeah. So the same way about this requirement, you can just, if you know it, build the pipeline, or else if you want to find the ways to save that variable value somewhere, just find how many ways it can be saved somewhere. There are multiple ways to save the value. Save it, and again in the next pipeline run, fetch it from that place. Use the same copy data activity like I built one, right? We did the small one, just this thing. You can fetch that value and put it here, and I can do it. Just build that. It is as simple as that. and we'll discuss the solution. We'll have like three different places where we can store that value, and we'll go and we'll discuss more use cases in the next class. From next class onwards, I'll completely take 2 hours of your time. This is just starting and new people joining every class, so I was just spending less time. From Monday onwards, we'll have complete 9 to 11 or 10 minutes over that also. We'll do all use cases only. If you want to learn something new, we'll include in that use case and solve these use cases. Okay, guys, then if you have any doubts, we'll discuss or we can wrap it here.
One thing, the recording, if I think for few of them you have mentioned class one, class two, but if you can do it for all, then I think like I have missed few classes, so it's easy for me to
You want
just,
to rename it as topics, right?
yeah, class.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'll do it for everything, guys.
If you can do it like today or early tomorrow, it's
Yes, yes,
easy.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll do it. You can make use of weekend for that.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes, I got it, Harpreet.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll rename that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, then we can end here. We can wrap it here.
also if you need data sets that can be uploaded in the drive, it will be helpful for us.
Which one?
What
So
what are the data sets that are used in maybe in class one, class two, like the in
data
classes,
extracts,
in
those
previous
are very
classes?
small, only 10 lines of file only. I'll see. If they're there, I'll send it to you. I'll share. Okay, guys. Okay. We'll
Oh,
share in the same folder only. Then we'll maintain a folder there. Daily we'll put in that only. Then it will be easy for you also. Okay,
yeah.
got it. I'll share them. Instead of putting WhatsApp, I'll share a folder there only. We'll put it in that. Okay. Okay, guys. Then we'll wrap it. Meet you on Monday. Please find out. Please find out. Go to ChatGPT. Go to internet. Find out solutions. Try to build a pipeline. We'll discuss it again. Okay. Bye,
Session
guys.
to
Yeah.
discuss CD and all in data classes, right?
Yeah, Niveta, I didn't get you.
Slowly changing dimension, those
Yeah,
things.
we'll discuss. STD
Mm.
type 1, type 2, we'll discuss.
Okay.
Just we'll complete one more class on data flows, using more data flows and all. There are 2, 3 data flow activities that have been discussed to implement the STD type 1, type 2. Those we'll discuss in next class and implement type 1 and type 2.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Any questions, guys?
Thank you. Nice weekend.
Okay, Harpreet. Happy weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Enjoy the match on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hope
Thank
India
you.
Thank you.
wins.
Yeah,
Hope
same
India
to you.
wins. Bye, guys.